Ice Hogs winger Kyle Hagel is well known for his fighting prowess, but he says he doesn't just show up to the rink looking for a brawl.
Almost all of the fights, I'd say 90% of the fights, I'm not really angry at all. You're just trying to spark some momentum for your team or coming to the defense of a teammate.
Hagel recently set the franchise mark with 200 penalty minutes in a season, something he says he really didn't set out to do.
Penalty minutes just rack up over the course of the season, and it's not like I set out at the start of the year and trying to break that record or something like that. It's just the penalty minutes add up, and when you have a lot of fights like that, you get a lot of 5-minute majors.
Now, as far as fighting goes, Hagel says there's a sort of etiquette to the whole thing.
In terms of etiquette, just not hitting guys when they're down, or not necessarily going after guys who you know aren't really adept at handling themselves. So when you're looking for a fight to spark up your teammates, you're normally going after another guy who you know knows how to fight.
Hagel also watches a ton of film to improve his fighting skills.
I watch a lot of guys in the NHL. There's a lot of guys that I look up to. Like I really look up to Tanner Glass, Brandon Prust, guys like that who are multi-dimensional players, just like I said before, who can contribute in a lot of other ways besides just fighting, but who are really good at that part of the game. So yeah, I do watch a lot of video to try and improve.
He's also willing to give tips to teammates.
Ben Smith comes to me sometimes and asks me different questions on like how to do things, and I can tell him, I can give him some kind of pointers, and just like if we're going to go out and do some drills, you can kind of work on a couple things. But really, the only way to really get better is to do it, because everything changes when it's a game. Everything changes when you're actually getting hit.
Now here's a side of Kyle Hagel you probably don't know about. He's a scholar. Hagel graduated from Princeton with a degree in political science. Besides
just the hockey part of it, I mean, Princeton was just unbelievable in terms of it was almost like paradise. Like there was absolutely like any possible thing that you wanted to think about, write about, read about was there. It was at your fingertips, and you had some of the best professors in the whole world who are around you.
Hagel says his time in the Ivy League made him a better player.
The mental battle, just to be able to, stay up working on essays, problem sets, up until late, and then you got to get up and you got to be your best at practice every day. And the college practices were hard work, man. Like they were really hard. Like we had fights break out in practice all the time because the rosters are so full. Rosters, you have 5, sometimes more than 5 lines of guys. And when you play so few games, sometimes what determines who's in and who's out is how good of a week in practice you had. So it was hard work during the off season, but it was awesome.
Hagel hopes that his mix of brains and brawn lead to a long, successful playing career.
I think I've got a lot of hockey left in me. Just keep working hard. It'd be awesome to be in the NHL with the Chicago Blackhawks. I mean, that'd be phenomenal.
For Hockey Night in Rockford, I'm Randy Zemnick.